Hi everyone, welcome back to my Hoplomachus Victorum demonstration. Just want to say thank you to everyone who's watching. It's been great fun showing you how this game works. So much enthusiasm, great comments and feedback, so there's nothing like playing solo together. And you're picking out some little mistakes. Actually, there's a couple of little things. Well, one was a mistake. In the last battle, I moved the archer 2 spaces. Its movement is only 1. Just to compare, this was the first edition Hoplo Archer. This is the one from the Xanadu city. So you'll notice some differences. Things are run a different way. The colours are the same, so health is still red, range is still orange. That's the thing I messed up. Glance quickly and sword 2, move it 2. Movement is only 1 on the archer. I should have known that. I don't think it would have made a difference in the end. Possibly it would. Possibly I might have taken a little less damage on my hero and more on the attacker. I might have been encouraged to go another turn. But who knows? Who knows the way those dice would have rolled. Another question that came up, alt attacks. So you can see that in first edition, the innate on an archer's first strike, and that's still there. It's called an ability here. It has a black and yellow die, but it also had this alternate attack called long shot. That's gone. Whether they'll bring that back again or not, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. It is on the reference sheet, and it's down as a special. So specials are special attacks. They're the new alternate attacks. The second thing was, and this wasn't a mistake per se, but more a little bit of a tactical thinking. While I was facing a tactician and the bowless hunter, I took the hit from the tactician first, a guaranteed hit, and then contemplated surrender. If I had taken the hit first, when I had 3 health, if it had taken 2 off, then yeah, I would have been right to surrender. If it had taken less than 2 off, then I might have actually, well, I would have had 2 health left. Tactician took 1, I'd been down to 1 health. I could have actually played out another turn and potentially gone on to succeed. Who knows? Who knows? So yeah, there's lots of lovely little tactical things, and that's the thing about this game. When you finish the battle, you can enjoy that diagnosis. What did I do wrongly? What could I have done differently? I love that about chess, and I love that about positional games and these kind of games. This is where Hoplomachus is ticking those boxes for me. Right then, let's push on. Strategy time. As it goes, I'm pretty sure I want to go this way and take this opportunity. I feel better here, so maybe I should say that for Act 2. Yeah, let's go this way. And then decide where. Alright, the opportunity is send a message. It says choose an unused hero and immediately perform a lethal event against them, giving yourself a lineup of 3. The hero must be defeated. Yes. Well, that should be okay. Doesn't add a week. So we can do this anytime we choose to interrupt play. Okay, I'm accepting that, which of course adds a week. We've only got 4 weeks left. We could do that. Gain a hero prowess and remove a bane. But I'm wondering, let's hold for a minute, because for now I'm heading this way to a lethal event. It says native child. If in or adjacent to your hero's area, add a green die to their attack. Right, we're going to accept this one. Let's go again here in the Limosian arena. We'll try not to make the same mistakes again. Actually, one more thing. There was an update to the rulebook whilst I've been playing. Shannon has qualified that tactics can no longer be played on elite units. That's heroes, my hero, primacies, scions. Okay, they can only be played on regular units. So what that means is when we fought that battle against Bing Ching and I hamstrung her, that's no longer allowed. Okay, so look out for that. I told you again, you know, this video is really just giving you a a demonstration of what gameplay is all about. It's not a rules primer, so rules are going to change. So they have a local unit with a tactic and a random unit from the bag. So we grab a Limosian, Nacom. A defender is what they're taking. A single black die with an ability called Swap. Now, defenders take the stun tactic, and Swap says this unit may switch positions with an adjacent, and they'll do that if it results in an additional attack for them. Here's the stun tactic, and then a random from the bag. So it could be that Bolas Hunter again, it could be a Bane. Let's see what comes out. It's another defender. Oh wow. So they're going to deploy this one first. The tactic says this unit is stunned during the next turn, and they're going to play that on the strongest enemy. Okay, let's get this thing out. Here's number one. This is to the death, remember. Defenders have innate taunt. That's fine, they've both got taunt, so that's no big deal. Now I've got one hero and 2 units. So they've got lots of strength, so I fancy an attacker. At least one of them an attacker. They don't have any range. I might have to put the archer in. They're really going to seek that high ground, aren't they? I'm actually going to put a defender in. That's my plan. We'll meet shield with a shield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, he's going to put his defender out and stun. Oh no, he can't stun. He can't stun this one because we're not adjacent yet. Right, that's just going to stay there. He doesn't have a tactician. One movement. He marks the strongest gladiator out there on the field. And because it's a local, right, it's a Limosian, he gains a local talent, which is Mountaineers. Local units gain the skill S reposition. So S is an alternate attack, effectively a special attack. He hasn't got anyone to attack, so he's going to move again. I'm going to deploy my... Well, I was going to go attacker, wasn't I? So yeah, I'm going to get him out there. 3 strength. Defender's going to move. His turn. Obviously movement. Moving towards this defender, and he's going to continue to move towards me, losing that high ground. They do give priority to high ground, so he's moving towards his mark using his special. Now I'm definitely deploying my hero here. Now I could adrenaline this thing and have the attacker take the high ground. Adrenaline's good, right? So we'll play this. Increase units movement by 1. So movement of 2 on an attacker. 1, 2, 3 would put him here. Defender here. Decimus can't do anything yet, but note this gladiator will move down here, but will be taunted. However, we do get to attack now. Black, blue, yellow, and then an additional black because we're at higher ground. Okay. Yep. Whoa, 3 hits. That I like. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now my defender is going to get stunned, isn't it? try to attack again. So we've got one black die on the Nacom. Yeah, one hit. It's down to 1 health. Okay, his turn. He can stun the defender. You'll note that although Decimus is the strongest enemy for the Nacom, he'll always deploy a tactic when possible. So the strongest targetable unit is this defender. Right, movement. So Nacom's moving to strongest, which 1, 2, 3, I've got 6. Defender has 5. So Nacom's moving down off this ridge. This defender is moving up. Also with a mark here. Now you know we've got an interesting situation. There's 2 possible places this defender can move to, here or here. They both take it closer to its mark. And that's all it'll do. So it's up to us then, given an equal choice, whether we want to move here or here. If it moves here, then we know it's going to move, it's going to attack or attacker. So I might just do that. So it's an interesting one. This is always the trouble when you're making AI. Do you make it simple and quick to execute, or do you make it more lengthy, longer to execute, but a little bit more intelligent? So I don't know. I'll let Chip Theory Games think about that one. But there you go. That's what we're doing. Actually, I think a simple rephrase, like if the given 2 hexes of equal priority, it will choose the one that takes it closest to its second priority mark, which would be the attacker. Actually, it's probably that one. It would take it closer to the defender. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to write decent AI. It really is. You know, this is not a computer game. This is paper, cardboard. We want players to play fluidly. Playability is king. You don't want to have to be trying to parse lots of complex logic. Okay, attacks. Defender can't attack anyone. Nacom can. Now remember, defender has taunt, but it's stunned. Stunned kind of makes it, it's the same as dazed really. When you immediately deploy. The additional thing is that all skills, so that's innate abilities, specials, they're all ignored. It's as if this thing is completely out of it, right? It's got no attack, no movement, no nothing. So that means this taunt is not going to work, and instead she's going to target, Nacom's going to target my hero with 1 black die. And there's the hits, okay. Oh no, we're on a high level, it's 2 black dice. Do that again. 2 hits. Okay. Back to me. Now I do have shove, so I'm doing that. I'm doing that stunned is just where it is. Stun, it says stun during its next turn. What it should say is it's stunned until the end of its next turn. That's the other thing. So, I mean, this wasn't its turn, but it was still stunned. So that's stunned. Attacker's moving over. Yeah, then so movement first, right? Movement, shove. Actually, so I could shove like that. Or I could shove like that. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, Decimus. So Decimus has got green and yellow. I want to keep these units apart because of the swap and reposition. Does that make sense? Right, black because we're on a higher elevation. I only need 1 hit. Right, we got the 1 hit. And now the attacker on this defender. This one will survive. So it's black, blue, yellow, and an additional black because we're on a higher elevation. And this guy can't get up now because he's stuck behind this pillar. Oh! Horrible roll. 1 hit. Okay, stun comes off. Right, it's got 1 movement. its mark is the strongest. It's this defender with 5 health. It can't get closer to it, but it will try and move. So if you've got to treat these as if they're occupied and it has to go around, the shortest path to its target is this path here, right? It can't go through the middle. Shortest path through is around here. So it will move and then attack with a black die. The attacker takes a hit. Attacker retaliates. Okay. It's looking good, people. Who do I want to do? Attacker moves 1, 2. Defender moves in. Decimus moves in. That'll do. That'll do. So defender on defender, we're at a higher elevation. 2 black dice. Here's 2 hits. Let's let Decimus do the damage. 1 black plus his green and yellow. Nice. And stormed it. We're in. Okay. Nicely done, team. Decimus did take some hits. He was acting as a decoy, and we've lost our adrenaline. But we have succeeded in Native Child. Incidentally, this didn't come into effect if we're adjacent to our hero's area, which is New Argonauts. Okay, we're all the way down here. But I do think it's time we upgraded our die. That's our reward for a lethal event victory. Add a die or upgrade a die, add a leadership, or increase our health. These go back in the bag, so the NACOM has joined forces with Pluto's alliance. These enemy is getting stronger. But that's what it's all about. Remember, this is Act 1, kind of easy level, if you like. That's discarded. Okay. Now we could, if we wanted to, run the gauntlet. After winning a lethal event, immediately play the same event the second time without adding a week with new enemy units. You may not forfeit. And that will allow us to remove a Bane. I'm not worried about that just yet. So I'm going to hold that one back. I'm going to wait until I've got a Bane worth removing. I think, yeah, let's do that. Instead, we are going to upgrade one of our dice. So I could take an extra yellow. I could push the yellow up to a blue, but I quite fancy turning that green into a black. Yeah, I think so. Now I've decided what I'm going to do. I'm going to skip and spectate the next lethal event. I need to get a turn back from somewhere. So we add a sign influence. Change your plans is the one. Before combat it says sacrifice X tactics and increase your lineup. This one I don't have any tactics right now, so that one's going to the bottom. We're going to take an adrenaline because of our prowess. Now we could 1, 2, 3, 4. We could take 2 health, put our hero back up to 6 health, or we could have a rummage in here and hopefully pull a better unit. That's what I'm going to do. It is. We've got a Limosian. That worked, and it's the NACOM that we just pulled, this defender. Okay. So we're over our leadership, right? We're leadership 6. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to take out that defender and keep the NACOM instead. That one goes back in the back. Alright, so we've upgraded our defender. Not hugely, but the good thing about having Limoges units in, of course, is when we come to play in the arena in Limoges, we will have the local unit skill advantage. Now we're going back to Atlantis, and we're going to take this sport event, which is this crazy quaking earth. It says after your turn roll a d6 and move each unit in that direction if possible. Right, we're taking this one. It's going to cost us another week. We've got 2 weeks left, people. And we're still okay. We need to get to here. So we've got 1, 2, 3 weeks to get there. So if we skip one of these, right, skip the next one, play the next one, and that's in, right? One more week, 2 more weeks. And then we'll face Sea Strider. So Atlantis back in. And we've got to decide which one we're going to play. King of the Hill or Capture the Flag. Well, last time I did Capture the Flag, and it was pretty easy because I had 2 adrenalines. But with the earthquake going on, and because I want to show you, let's play King of the Hill. They get 1 local, 2 from the bag, a 3rd with a talent. So the first one is going to be, from the Unclean's deck, Harpoonsman. Next. Oh, it's the Bolas Hunter. There's still Bane in here. We've not pulled it yet. Did I just tease fate? I didn't. It's a defender. Okay. So remember, defenders get stun. Okay, Harpoonsman. 2 health. Spot number 1. He's an archer with first strike. No special abilities. He's low on health. He's only got 1 movement but long range. So pretty good. For me, I get a hero and 3 units. So, Tactician. Tactician with 2 health. Movement of 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm at the mercy of the Harpoonsman, who could just take me out straight away. And he'll bring out the Bolas Hunter, who's an archer, has first strike. The Earthquake is potentially going to push me over here in range. There's lots to think about. I do like the idea of taking a Tactician. Surely if I'm going to do that, I take the Retiarius, because he's got 1 extra health. Alright, let's do that. And because of the Earthquake, I'm going to Adrenaline him as well. So he's got move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Something like that. Now we do the Earthquake. So the Earthquake is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Let's do that. Let's see where we end up. So if I push up here, I'm still out of range. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually wondering whether it's better to come back here. I'm just thinking about where it might push me. If I come here, then 1, 2, 3 will push me here. So actually, yeah, I'm going to go here. Right, Earthquake. 6 is this spot here. So it doesn't move. Good. And then the Harpoonsman goes this way. Right, which means the Bolas Hunter's coming in. 3 health onto the number 1 spot. Can attack, but we're out of range. Harpoonsman's going to move towards me. Either of these 2 spots. He's closer. We're now in range. So I have a green and a blue. Let's see what happens. Confidence, remember, means they get an extra green die if we outnumber them. Right. Oh, 2 hits. 1, 2. The benefits of the Retiarius over a standard tactician. We do survive. Ouch. Local units get the benefit of throwing the trident gets +1 damage. Now, Defenders. Yeah, if I had 2 defenders now, that might be good. But Nacom's coming in with 5 health. Yep. Oh, before we do, we're holding the trident. So we gain 1 victory point. We need to get up to 6. In which way the defender's going to go. In which way anyone's going to go. They're going to mark the closest and then the weakest. So the Retiarius is their target still. This is a problem. This is a problem. Yeah, those 2 hits were painful. Hook lets me hook adjacent a unit that's no more than 2 away. Swap lets me swap. But I can't use this ability yet because we're dazed. I can't get 4 away. So he's going to target me again. But at least I've got the defender standing next to a spot where I can go pick up the trident. That's the main thing. I'm thinking I could hook in the harpoonsman so he's next to my defender, but then I'm in range of the Bolas Hunter. At least at the moment, with 2 movement, I'm out of range of the Bolas Hunter. Yeah, I think we've lost Retiarius. So with that in mind, let's do this. We'll move here, hook here, hit him for 1 with the red die. Bolas Hunter's going to target Retiarius anyway. Harpoonsman will now target the defender instead. So the odds are just slightly better. Okay, Earthquake. Remember, north is 1 for us. It's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything moves south. That Earthquake really messes things up, doesn't it? But in a good way. Okay, his turn. He's bringing in the defender. Strength of 5. And number 1 spot. Right, defender can't do anything. But it's going to stun. Who are we going to stun? We're going to stun the strongest enemy, which is the Nacom. So Nacom loses its taunt. I didn't think of that. And it's swap. Yeah, the Retiarius is out of here, isn't it? So, Harpoonsman is staying where it is. I don't think it moves back. And that would be the other option. It still can move away. Maybe that needs to be built into the AI. It can move away and still keep the mark in range, or the target in range. Because that would be the sensible thing. Even if this defender was here, if he moved away, the defender would use taunt and then he could target its mark. Yeah, see, the logic says the enemy will attempt to get to the closest space that puts their mark within range. And if they've got range of 2 or more, they'll stop once their mark falls within their movement range. So he's not moving. Now, if the logic said they will attempt to get to the furthest space that puts their mark within range, that would be move away. So a simple change of closest to furthest on the AI sheet would potentially improve their behaviour. Right, Bolas Hunter's going for closest. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then the weakest. So he's also going to target the Retiarius. With a range of 2, that means they'll move here or here. Attacks now. I'm going to do the Harpoonsman first with a green and a blue. Please be a miss. 2 hits. Right, so this guy is down and out, dropping the trident. Which is what we were worried about. Now they're glad this Bolas Hunter has no target. So back to me, I don't get points. But we've got 1, 2, I've got a hero and 2 more to deploy. And I'm going to deploy this archer Now I want to go and grab this, and this thing's stunned. So I'm going to deploy my hero. He's a tactician with move 2. It's dangerous because I'm going to be the target of their attacks. See, the other option is I use an archer and try and take out the harpoonsman with my first strike. But because the bolas hunter's got move 2, he's going to run and pick up the trident. So we don't want to do that. I'm quite happy if I can take these two out, I can then give the defender the run around and win. That's the plan. Okay, earthquake. Stun comes off. 1, 2, everything moves this way. Ooh. That's dodge. Ah. Alright, they've got no more units to deploy. They're all going to target their closest. Defender's going to move 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to go for the NACOM. He's moving this way. Attacks. Defender can't attack. The bolas hunter, there's 2 range on both these. He's going to target the closest and then the weakest. Yeah, he's going after my hero. So let's do that first. That's a green and a yellow. Ooh, I thought that was going to look like 2 for a second. 1 hits. Now the harpoonsman is taunted by NACOM with a green and a blue. Just going to move that up there out of the way. 1 hits. I've got to take that harpoonsman out now. Okay. My turn. I pick up a point. 2 points. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 1 more unit to deploy, and it's going to be the archer. We're taking a gamble. Because on movement, I'm going to take a chance because I've got 3 health. I'm going to take out the harpoonsman, hopefully, with this roll. Archer on harpoonsman. Whoops. Yeah. We got him. Phew. That was a gamble. It was a gamble. That's what I like about this game. You make your choices. Okay, bolas hunter. 1 black. This guy's got confidence now. So I've got to get some hits. 1 hit. Now, chances are he's going to survive, but he's got taunt, so he's going to go for my defender. Decimus has now a black and a yellow on this one. There's a chance I'll take him out. Let's see. There's a chance I'll do no damage at all. Oh! Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. Goodness. Okay, earthquakes. 1, 2, 3. Everything's going this way. Golly. They're all going for closest, aren't they? So he's going to stay where he is. Defender's going to stay where he is. Right, I'm going to have the defender go first. He gets the 1 hit, which is actually what I wanted, because I want the defender now to be the weakest. Oh, he's got taunt anyway, so it doesn't matter. He's got taunt anyway. Yeah. Green, yellow, and with confidence, 1 extra green on my defender. 1 hit. We survived. Okay. Archer's got to come in and finish that bolas hunter. We get another point because we're starting with the trident. The question is now, do I move away? I don't want to take this defender out, remember, because I need to get my 6 points before everyone falls. Let's move my archer up. Now the earthquake's put the Nacom here as well, so I really ought to move him away. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, attacks. Archer, black and yellow on this guy. No, yes, black and yellow on this guy. One hits. Okay, he's still standing. Nacom on that guy. I'm going to roll that again. Hits, okay. He's out. Alright, end of our turn. Earthquake. I don't want the earthquake to put my... Yeah, I should have moved Decimus further away, because the earthquake could now push him next to the defender. 1 it is. 1. And everyone goes north. Okay. Right, his turn. His mark is the closest. They're all equidistant, so he's the weakest. So it's up to me whether he goes for the archer and the Nacom. I'm going to go for the archer. And he's going to target the closest and the weakest. Target the archer. 1 black die. Actually, he should go for the Nacom because he's got taunt, remember? He can only attack the Nacom. 1 hits. So these guys now have just got to act like little decoys to keep him away from Decimus. It's my turn. We go up to 4 points. Still have the trident. So Archer, you're the weakest. You've only got 1 movement. Nacom, you have 1 movement. Decimus, you have 2 movement. Let's get you back out of the way. No attacks. Earthquake. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everyone goes south. Defender is targeting my archer, who's probably going to... Yeah, he's the weakest. Fall. Down. Yep, he's out. That's okay. This is just sport. My turn. Up to 5 points. We're nearly there. I'm moving away again. Earthquake. 5. It's this way. Okay. Defender. Attacks. Hits. Nacom's still standing. Start of our turn. 6 points. And victory. There we go. That was fun. That was fun. Yeah. See, I could have had an attacker in, but the trouble with attackers is when you don't want to kill units, their retaliate means every time the defender hit, it would hit back. We had enough turns. We had enough turns. Great stuff. Another tactic down, but it just shows you how flexible, how important those tactics are. Okay. The trident goes back on its pedestal. My hero's down to just 3 health. But we now get a reward for our sporting event. We've completed Quaking Earth. We can either take a tactic from the supply or a unit from the enemy lineup. So we could take the Bolas Hunter or the Harpoonsman. Wow, what a choice. This one's got a stronger attack and further range, but the Bolas Hunter has more health, more movement, and confidence. Confidence I like because they're always deploying before us. Plus, it's a Limosian, and I'm probably heading back to take on Sea Strider, so I could benefit from home crowd support. Bolas Hunter it is. So I'm now over the limits. So let's turn in an archer. Okay. Right, where are we off to? Well, we're off to Limoges. Quaking Earth is done. Wow, that was great fun. Next is Pluto's Emissary. So we've got 2 more turns and we've got to skip this or the next. Instead of a local unit, start the enemy lineup with a Vesuvian unit if possible. It is possible. It is a volcanic brute, so it's a defender and it's blasphemous. Blasphemous says it gets an extra black attack die if my hero is in play, right? So a defender and possibly 2 archers up against my hero and 3 units. Yeah, and a blasphemous unit's going to go after my hero, it says. Interesting. Alright, I'm going to accept this one. I'm going to accept it. It's doable, and I don't know what else is coming. So, we accept it. Up next was the pummeling. You may only use defenders in this event. Well, that's good, because we can't use our hero, because he's not a defender. We've only got 1 defender. Wow, that was a good choice. Okay. Pluto's Emissary it is. So we're accepting. That's our 11th week. And we have to spectate the next one. So lineup, he's having the Volcanic Brutes, revealing a Shell Lurker. A red-dyed Archer, ooh, nasty. And then 2 random units from the bag. The last one with the tactic. Okay, so coming out is first. No, an attacker. I didn't want to see that. Next, a defender. So the archers didn't show up. Defender once more gets stunned. Let's get this thing deployed. Defender's doing nothing. This is capture the flag. So the flag needs to go under here. This is actually going to be quite tricky, you know. Retiarius is tempting. 3 health. With initiative. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is going to be a bit dodge. I just got to get in there and out of there. Attack it with 3 health. Can't do anything first time, but the Volcanic Brute can move twice. And then attack with green and yellow. That isn't pretty, is it? Sorry, flag has to stay back there. 1 hits. 1, 2, 3. The attacker's going to target the strongest, so I want something strong to pull him away from my Retiarius. In capture of the flag events, they should definitely target the flag bearer instead, right? I just want a beast to stand in the way. I think I'm just going to go for the flag. 1, 2, 3. I don't think I want to attack. I've got to remember I've got to get back out of here. It's tough. His turn. He's deploying the defender. These guys are still targeting this one the strongest. So I've moved 2. He's heading this way, and the attacker is still out of range. This is kind of working out okay. Yeah, they definitely need to change this so it targets the flag carrier. This guy's actually stunned, so he's still stuck there. It was the only targetable last time. Yeah, he should have stunned that tactician. Alright, who am I deploying? Because this defender's going to move up and attack me and potentially kill me. Except I can use the logic to make it go this way. Yeah. So I'm going to deploy... I'm going to keep my hero out still. I've got 3, haven't I? 1, 2, 3. 3 health, the Bolas Hunter. Defender, the Nacom's going to move this way. And with his swap, I can actually do this. I've got to keep this spot free, and then I can swap whatever takes that position. This defender's just going to move up onto this step. I could even move him here out of the way. Alright, attacks. Two blacks on this one because we're on a higher elevation. 2 hits. And this ranged attack is just a green and a yellow. We don't have confidence yet because it's 3 against 3. Yeah, I should have put him out sooner if I was going to do it. That's 2 misses. Yeah, maybe I should have just put this attacker in. Yep, I should have done. Well, I didn't know that was going to miss, did I? So there we go. Okay, his turn. So he's on his mark, he's staying where he is. This attacker's moving up to get next to his mark. Defender is also going to go for this one. So he's just going to move up onto this step out of the way. My stun's gone now, by the way. So they're both going off to this. I'm going to do the volcanic brute first. Green and a yellow. My Nacom's probably defeated. Oh! These dice have got all blanks on. The attacker, though, has got 2 blacks, a blue and a yellow. He's on a higher elevation. This might be nasty. Three hits. 1, 2, 3. Yes. The defender can't do anything. Right, my turn. 3. The defender's going to move up and take me out. I could save this from the defender by doing a swap. I could move this guy up here, but then that makes him the target. He's got 3 health. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I could just move around here. Although, it might be worth a gamble. It might be worth a gamble. I'm on a higher elevation now, so black, green and yellow. Interesting. I'm going to do it. I need to get 2 hits off this. Come on. Oh! Ouch. 1 hit. Oh, we might have just blown it. This one's got a red die. Okay. Yeah, he's attacking. This attacker's going for... Or do we reposition? Oh boy. Do this. Nacon's out. No, I'm going to not attack. I could reposition. The reason why I don't want to attack is because of his retaliation. And I want to stand out here and still be a deflection. Swapping was the wrong thing to do. I was trying to be too... Yeah, I was being greedy. Okay, defender's coming up. Strongest... is the archer. I still haven't deployed my hero, but I'm keeping him back. I'm okay with that. The attacker wants to get to him as well. So he is going to try and get around here. He's got to move towards his mark. The mark is the strongest. Well, this is a puzzle. They're going to go for the strongest, which is this guy. The shortest possible route. It depends who I move first. If I move this guy, and he's going to come around here. If I move this guy, he's going to go up there. And then I move this one. Yeah, you can be a bit cheeky here. I think you need some extra logic in here to say move the one closest to its mark first or something. Because I can do this and then this. The only route to his mark is around there. That's it. Then we move here. And this is the way the rules stand. You move them in the order you wish. So attacks now. The only other thing to say is it does seem odd sometimes, but it's part of the game. And this is part of the puzzle, right? It's part of trying to figure this stuff out. Anyway, let's do the defender on the Nacon first. And he hits, of course. He's at a lower elevation, so he didn't get the extra die. He's not attacking anyone. Volcanic Brutes. Now this is strength 3, this is strength 2, so he's going to target the strongest. So it is the Bolas Hunter, and he's on lower ground, so it's only 2 dice. And it's 1 hit. Okay. Retiarius can make a dash for it now. And we're home, and we've won the challenge. It works, it works. There is, I mean, the trick is controlling that channel in the middle there, isn't it? Okay. That was a bit hairy that time. A little bit hairy. But we made it through. So our reward. An enemy. I could take this Volcanic Brutes. It will certainly help me in this final battle because it's blasphemous and I'll get an extra black die. That brute could help me, right? I'm just wondering whether we turn in Tactician though. Tactician is really good for running, but I've got the Retiarius. I'm going to take this Volcanic Brute. Also, the pummeling's coming up. Although I've got to skip it, but that's okay. You can only use defenders. If I take another defender... Right, let's do it. Let's do it. Discard this event. Wow, that's all I can say. Wow. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's my 6. Goodness me. Okay, folks. We have to skip the next one. So we're spectating. But I quite like the pummeling. So when you spectate and cycle, it doesn't have to go right to the bottom. You can just put it next. Okay, so that's your 2 choices. I've been putting them all on the bottom, but you can just tuck it behind so it comes up next. Kind of like a save for later. We had a silent influence. And we can recruit a random unit, or we can max up our health. That's what I'm doing, maxing up my health. So back up to 6 for the final battle. If you weren't sure, we were skipping that one. And now we're heading in. Day 12. We're heading to the Limosian Arena.